Progressive Congress has commenced the sale of nomination and expression of interest forms for the upcoming National Assembly by-elections scheduled for August 16 in 12 states. These elections aim to fill legislative vacancies caused by resignations or deaths of former lawmakers. In Abuja, aspirants like Oscar Ayedo Edo and Yakubu Waziri from Kaduna picked up their forms at the APC National Secretariat, pledging effective representation. Ayedo promised to focus on infrastructure and youth development in Obia South, West, North, East, while Waziri prioritized security and youth development in Chikun, Kajuru. Both aspirants praised their governor's leadership and urged the APC National Working Committee to conduct transparent primaries on July 19. They emphasized their commitment to constituency projects, human capacity development, and maintaining peace in their respective regions. Chizi, what do you make of this story? Now, apparently, it's time for National Assembly by-elections. Now, how do you see this playing out in coming days?
Well, it's a good thing. I wonder why they delayed it up to this period. Honestly, it's like not allowing people representation in the National Assembly. And why they didn't also include River State, some of the assemblies in River State who are no longer assembly members.
You mean National Assembly or State House?
State Assembly, State House.
I think this is for National Assembly.
I am saying why they didn't include it, because it's all logistics. You're just going to spend the same logistics in doing...
How many seats are vacant in State House? I know one lawmaker is dead.
Is dead, yes, yes.
Assembly, so.
Yes, and the other ones were suspended and declared vacant. Three of them. Edison didn't resign, so they didn't declare him vacant. In Edison's case, it's a different ballgame. Edison didn't resign because you have to resign to a legitimate house. Yeah. So what Edison wrote was a letter because...
But then when you look at it on the flip side, when you look at it, yes, Edison did not resign to a legitimate house of assembly, which means he's still a lawmaker.
A lawmaker.
But on the flip side of the law, he has been absent from legislative sitting for how many years?
That's what I'm saying. So if you look at him, I thought he said he was appointed. You know, I hate that word. He was never appointed chief of staff. So at that point, so I think that I was going to say that they didn't include that. But what they are doing is right. It's just that it's been a little bit late. But it's also going to text this whole coalition and division, coalitions and APCs and PDP is going to text their popularity. It's not by shouting, because like I said, I'm interested in the coalition, but I've not seen the coalition.
To be a member?
I'm interested. Whether I want to be a member or not, I'm interested. You are the one who is saying membership. I'm interested because it's going to couple the government. It's going to check the government to move forward, isn't it? But I'm not seeing it in River State. So I wanted to know whether the thing is just on paper. Some people are just doing coalition. So this is going to expose one or two things at that point. Now again, the APC has published the sales of their own form. They are selling form. Other parties are there waiting to say, oh no, they didn't do like this. You are not, look at this young men. They're already talking, isn't it? So you are not talking. You now want people to just come and vote for you. Do you know that people have to come and learn what an ADC means, even though ADC has existed there for long? People have to come and learn whether this person is still in. Imagine what we just discussed earlier on. People who had almost gone to the coalition is still answering APC. So you're going to teach my mother, my father now, because my mother is late, my father now, which of the party he's going to vote for. You understand that kind of thing? So a lot of education that's going to come on board. You don't think that you just stand up somewhere and everybody's piling up. The name that people know here right now is APC, PDP, and quote-unquote Labour. Now, so you see that you have to do a whole lot of education, coming down, trying to get things done, trying to do all of that. And no, don't also forget that I don't know where their ADA is. It's still pending in INEC, trying to be there. So I'm not sure, because they started with SDP, and they have gone to ADC, and then they are doing ADA. So maybe when the ADA...
They are now in ADC. They went back to ADC.
They were in SDP. They went back to ADC. They are doing... So in when that they register ADA, they will not go back or something. You will see names. So, the whole of these things. And again, like I said, I don't want to go there. These are the people who came in 2014 and told us that we should come, we're going to change. And then we came, and then they brought the change. And instead of dollars coming back to 1,000 naira, dollar is to 1 naira, dollar is now 1,000 something. And then after 8 years, just 2 years in between that, you are seeing coalition again. All of us should not just follow and begin to do the coalition. So this is the time to text this coalition for crying out loud.
All right.
Let people go. One is in Kaduna, right? Let me see Erofai winning that one in Kaduna. That's the coalition now. So as soon as that, you see, as soon as this election is conducted, the coalition will come down a little bit, because certain states, that's why I wanted it to be brought to River State, so that certain persons,
they'll test their popularity.
everybody will test their popularity.
Right, very well. Okay, Chuku,
Yeah.
what is your position? As Chizzy was speaking, you were laughing out.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why? Go ahead.
For me, that coalition is a marriage of strange bedfellows who do not have the interest of Nigerians and Nigeria at heart. These are people who are hungry for power. They have been out of power for some time.
But then we have the National Assembly by-election coming up. Do you see the coalition using this particular, like Chizzy said, it's a litmus test? Do you see them making headway?
Yeah, I was about going to that. I said I wish them well in their sojourn, because this is not even a journey. A journey, you have a destination, you have a terminal date, and but a sojourn, you don't even know your destination, you don't even know where you're going to. So I wish them well in this sojourn of strange bedfellows. For me, the APC, or what they call them, is distraction to the democratic process in Nigeria. These are people who do not mean well for us. So this is also an opportunity for them to test their popularity at the grassroots level. You know, Chizzy was talking about voter education. Our aged parents at home, at least they know party symbols, mama and papa and pikin. They know the umbrella, they know the broom. So for you now to drive the ADC logo to them, it will take some time. Then, but for me, they should also learn how to put their house in order even before coming for an election. You see the APC candidates already talking tough. They know what they are going to do. They are in touch with the people. So they've gone to pick form. They've set a date for party primaries. ADC, we are waiting for them. Except they would want to go for this election because of the time frame at their various fragments. Kawasa, their various fragments. Some, I wouldn't want to use the harsh word that they are internally displaced politicians. But if you look at it technically, they are all internally displaced, because from where they are coming from, they've lost leadership. So they are only looking for a position now to see how they can come together as a conflagration.
If I understand what you're saying that when push comes to shove, particularly, let's say, for example, these elections, because these elections are going to be local.
Yes.
Right? Even though it's National Assembly, everybody will have to go back to their roots to get voted. You're saying that if push comes to shove, these politicians cannot win their constituency. Is that what you're saying? The individual, these politicians stand alone, cannot win their constituencies.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
You know, in football, they say a coach is as good as his last game. The previous election, what were their results? What were their antecedents? So when you look at that from that point of view, you now guess as okay, in the coming election, this will be the outcome. But these are people that have lost out. So I don't think they will make any impact. Even if they go back to their former basis, which they've lost out, they won't make any impact. I can tell you categorically, and I can tell you for free how it will pan out.
All right, very well. Chizzy, now, Edenko made a statement. He said, he doesn't see them. He is trying to be polite when he says he doesn't want to call them political IDPs, but that if push comes to shove, that they will not be able to win elections at the grassroots level. I know you said something in that line. However, one would say that these people still have loyalists. You can't take away that factor, can you?
After all, we saw people demonstrating, so loyalists can be bought. What is Nigerian loyalists? So excuse me about loyalists. So what I'm saying here is, what I am saying is that, you see, my sister, when people begin to shout of sentiment, right, it's a different ball game than the reality of election.
Right.
when election comes, people can come here and do all of the theory and and Marxism and all of that. I studied political science and I told them that way does not work. There's no place it's working. In pragmatic politics, practical politics, in Kaduna, El-Rufai may not even go home that day for that election. You're talking about a winning election. How? And all of these things will come here and begin to do it. Is it? The question is, when people say, one time people were saying, okay, for instance, that's how I was like, I wish that one of them would have been Rivers person. So that
One of the National Assembly
election would have been Rivers. Then you will now know who will win. You will know where the person will go and campaign and who will campaign. This thing is not just that when they talk about loyalists, there are people who are influencers, right? There are people who are influencers. There are people who are there, they can just shout at anything and agree on anything. They are Facebook politicians. They are some of us who don't want to talk with them. Will you come to my ward and win?
No, don't just your unit first.
My unit, how would you win there? That's the problem. And then some of us can influence like 5,000 persons that are followers that we are there. How would you, when you left government and up till now, you have not called your lawyers to say, how are you feeling? Are you eating? What is happening with you? What is happening with you? How are you doing? And then you come up one day and say you are in coalition. I should not come and vote in coalition. How? You see, people have formed allegiance to another place. So when you are talking about this, and to be honest with you, if they are smart enough, if I am in ADC now, I want to enter there so I can begin to think. If I'm in ADC now, what I will tell them is that, no, we're just coming. We are not participating in this election. After all, their term will also end at the in 2027. So let's just wait. That is safe enough. Because as soon as you lose this election,
they will lose
Nigeria will say, excuse me, but you got to relax. Is it by English?
The other day, I saw Dino Melaye in their launch. He was postulating and pontificating during that meeting. I said, this one too is also talking. In the Kogi State, when last did he go home? Is there on Facebook every day you are displaying your machine, your bike, your cars, your shoes and wristwatches? Election is not on Facebook. Election is local based and it starts from the polling units. From the polling unit to the ward, then to the constituency and wherever. So if you are not even popular in your own unit, go home and sleep, look for another trade.
All right, very well.